Here's my audience. Hello, I'm Thomas Haverfield. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to save $1,000 in 1 month. What would happen if you lost your job, your car breaks down? Would you be able to survive for 3 months, pay all your bills, and get your car back on the road? The answer is no, you are not alone. Over 2/3 of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. The U.S. Federal Reserve in July 2012 reported that Americans carried $793 billion in credit card debt. That's an average of over $16,000 per household. All it takes is a clear written goals to achieve success. In a study conducted by Harvard University, the 3% of people that had written goals achieved more financially than the other 97% combined. Dave Ramsey, you may have heard of him, he's a money management expert. He built a $4 million real estate empire just to lose it 4 years later. How you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. If you try to do everything all at once, you will fail. So you set yourself a goal and you vigorously work to achieve that goal before moving on to the next step. Money Magazine reports that 78% of us will experience a negative event within a 10-year time frame. Your job gets downsized, gets right-sized, you get fired, an unexpected pregnancy, car blows up, transmission goes out, you bury a loved one, kids move home, life happens. If you don't have an emergency fund, you won't be prepared for it. You'll throw yourself further into debt with more payments and more debt than you had before. First thing is, don't use your credit cards as an emergency fund. The problem with the credit cards is the credit limit is at the mercy of credit card companies. They can slash your limits or outright cancel your cards at any time. At the time that you're in most trouble and need that limit, you may not have it. On the other hand, cash is constant. By having a savings account in place and an emergency fund in place, if everything goes bad and your credit cards go poof, at least your emergency fund will be there for you. To jumpstart that emergency fund, you can start as simple as a $50 allotment to your savings account, or how about have a garage sale and use those profits to jumpstart your emergency savings. You have to spend less than you earn. Sounds simple, right? If you spend exactly what you earn, you will never build up emergency savings. Many people bury themselves in debt. They spend more than they earn. You have to reevaluate your needs and wants. A $6 latte 5 days a week is not a need. That is a want. That can total over $140, $120 a month. It's over $1,400 a year just on coffee. You also have to trim the fat. A few ways you can save $1,000 is cell phone plans. 70% of Americans overpay for their cell phone services. They don't use the minutes that they're paying for, or unlimited text messaging. If you don't really need it, try stepping down to a lower plan where you have 200 text messages for $10 or $20 cheaper. That in itself will save you over $200 a year. If you have a landline that you don't use, get rid of it. There you just save $30 a month. Instead of premium channels, go with maybe Netflix, or watch a Redbox movie once a week for $1. Some other ways you can save money is your car and home insurance. By raising your deductibles, you can reduce your home insurance premiums and car premiums by as much as 20%. Find ways to reduce your electric bill. Turn your thermostat up a couple degrees. Gym membership. In 2005, there was over $12 billion lost on wasted gym memberships. Plan meals, leftover food, utilize it. It'll help reduce your grocery bill. If you eat out less, that will save you money as well. Average person spends over $2,000 a year on food away from home. Coupons do work. Clip them on Sunday, jump on the internet, clip them any day of the week. If you track your spending, those $2 purchases here and there adds up over the period of a month, and you're going to find out you're spending more money than you actually thought. Another way to help is to pay with cash. For some reason, paying with cash hurts more than paying with plastic. There's just something about that cold hard cash leaving your hands that makes it more painful. And it may help you psychologically, help you spend less. According to Natalie Spencer, a behavior economist, the more unpleasant an activity is, the less likely we are to do it. If you pay at the time of consumption as opposed to paying long after the goods are consumed, such as a credit card bill, it hurts less. Think about it as like this, a taximeter. If you sit there and watch the taximeter go up and up and up, waiting for you to get to your destination, you're kind of looking at it like, ugh, I don't want to pay this $20, $30, $40, $50 bill. Kind of dread it. It's the same thing. That uneasy feeling is proof that we don't like to part with our cash. And in conclusion, it's all about getting your spending under control. If you can't get your spending under control on a consistent basis, all the debt planning in the world will do nothing. Realize that you have the power to make changes in your financial life and start living better. When you're debt-free and have a savings to cover your emergencies, you will feel better, have less stress, and be happier. A famous quote by Dave Ramsey sums it all up. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. Thank you.